right there. Thank you.
Okay, raise your right hand. Solemnly swear or affirm testimony given this cause to be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Okay. There's a rule of evidence in effect, says you can't be in court unless you're testifying. And once you have testified, don't discuss your testimony with anybody else except the lawyer. Okay? If you would tell the court reporter your first name and spell it for me.
D-O-T-T-I-E.
Okay. Ms. Anderson.
Good afternoon, Dottie. How are you doing?
Okay.
Dottie, if you will just introduce yourself to the jury, and we agree that there will be no last names here, but if you'll just let them know your name, please.
Dottie.
Dottie, how are you related to Tanner Horner?
It's my brother's son's son, so that would be my brother's grandson.
Does that make you his great aunt?
Yeah, I'm his great aunt.
I want to talk to you a little bit about your family, okay? You said that Tanner is your brother's grandson. Who was your brother?
Elmer Horner.
And obviously Elmer had some kids.
Yeah, yes,
And one of those children was the father of Tanner Horner.
yes.
What was his name?
Terry Lynn.
All right. I want to talk a little bit about Terry. Now, you said that Terry is your nephew?
Yes.
Okay. And his parents were Elmer Horner and who was his mother?
Shirley.
Shirley. Okay.
No, Janet.
Janet. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about Elmer and Janet. Did Elmer and Janet stay married?
His sister was 9 months old when they got separated.
When they divorced, where did Terry go?
Terry was pushed here, yonder, and yay. He had no home.
He had no home. So did he, after the divorce, who did he go live with?
To start with, my mother, she had all three of them. I took one of the girls. My mother kept the 9-month-old baby, and Terry went with my other sister for a little while, and he ended up in Ohio with his daddy and stepmother for a short period.
It sounds like Terry and his siblings got shuffled around a lot.
Well, Terry was the only one that really got shuffled because I kept Shauna, his sister, for years and sent her to school with my oldest daughter.
Now, Dottie, based upon what you observed of Terry's childhood, did he appear to have a very stable one?
Not hardly,
And why do you say that?
because he never had a home. At one time after he got grown, he was living in his sister's backyard in a building, storage building.
Do you know if he ever had instances where he was homeless?
Oh, yeah. But I don't, I couldn't take him in at that time because of the drugs. I didn't trust.
Tell me more about that. What about the drugs?
I just know he was on drugs and ended up in prison several times. And that was what it was about, was the drugs.
Before Terry went to prison, do you know if he had any kids?
I think he had several. And I never really got to meet them all. I'd see one or two here or there. But everybody, it was a big joke in the family of how many kids Terry had.
And as we know, Tanner Horner was one of Terry's children, right?
Mhm.
How old was, or do you recall how old Tanner was when Terry went to prison?
I really don't remember how old he was. I know he was just a baby, and I don't remember how many years because Terry was in prison several times for drugs, and the last time I know Tanner was 4 or 5 years old when he got out.
Well, let's talk about when Terry got out of prison. When Terry got out of prison, where did he go live?
My mother's,
And what is your mother's first name?
Ethel.
So when Terry was released, he went to live with Ethel. Was there anyone else living with her at the time?
No, just
Was there anyone else that was taking care of her at the time?
she had home health aid, and my daughter would go and take care of her too.
Did you ever go and spend time with your mom?
Oh yes, every day nearly.
When did you have the opportunity to interact and get to know Terry at all when he was living with your mother?
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
When Terry was living with your mother, did Tanner ever come visit?
Every weekend. Every weekend.
How was that? Was Terry happy to have him over there?
Oh yes, he was very happy. Tanner was, he was running around and up and down and everything, into everything.
Well, how would your mother?
My mother didn't want me saying nothing to him because I was wanting, calm down.
And we're talking about Tanner, not
Tanner,
right?
yeah.
Well, Donnie, let me ask you: did your mom like having her son and
Her grandson, yes.
and great grandson over there?
Oh yes.
So let's talk about some of these visits. You said that Tanner was into everything. What did that look like around the house?
He was a ringtail tutor, into everything, jumping up and down on beds, and I couldn't stand it. My mother wanted me to just be quiet. He's just here on weekends. You know, she didn't want me saying nothing to him.
Do you know or recall how old Tanner was when he would come over?
I really can't remember. I know he was 4 or 5 years old. He was just a little thing.
And at that time, he was just a whirling dervish?
Yeah.
Or I think Tasmanian devil. How's that?
Yeah, something.
You said that he was into anything or into everything, but what kind of things would Tanner do when he was at your mother's house?
I wasn't there all the time, but when I was there, he was just, you know, he'd run and jump and get into this and a normal, but the jumping up and down, and he would ignore it. You know, Terry would try to say something to him. I think it was because I was there.
Well, that kind of brought me to my next question. Was anybody able to control his behavior?
Not that I seen.
So did he listen to Terry?
Did he what?
Did he listen to Terry? Did he mind him?
Well, at that time, I felt like he wasn't. He did stop doing things, but he's going right back into it.
Would he mind your mother?
Mother didn't get on to him when I was there. I think because she wanted me to keep quiet with him.
Did he mind you when you tried to talk to him?
He would look at me, and, you know, he was kind of scared because I wasn't there all the time. I'd just come by for an hour or two when I got off work.
How long did Terry stay with your mother?
I'm not for sure. He would probably still been there but the apartment house she lived in, they had to put her in a hotel because they had to jackhammer her floor up for plumbing problems. And I think he went then to stay with his cousin, Bert. I can't remember. I think they're cousins. They're cousins.
It sounds to me like Terry and Ethel had a very good relationship.
Oh, my mother wrote him every day he was in prison, every day. She loved her kids, grandkids, and great-grandkids.
And how long did these visits with, between Terry and Tanner last? I mean, for, not how long was each visit, but did he come and stay with Terry every weekend that Terry
Every
lived with us?
weekend. He was coming every weekend.
Did those visits ever stop?
Yeah. Oh, I'm so
You're
sorry.
all right, you're all right, just let it flow.
I just don't know how to shut it off. How long did, I'm sorry.
I can ask the question again. How long did Terry live with Ethel?
I'm not for sure how long, but as long as, she was there. And I guess then is when Bert said he could come out there.
And did Tanner go every weekend that he lived with Ethel?
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
Did the visits between Terry and Tanner ever stop?
Not while he lived there. Well, one weekend, yes, because the mother wouldn't. We understood it was, she wanted Terry to go with her to buy drugs, and he didn't want to, and they got into a big deal, and she wouldn't let him have him for a week or so.
Based upon what you observed between Terry and Tanner, did Terry appear to love his son?
Oh, yes, yes. I know that he did. He really did.
What makes you say that?
Because of the way he acted with him. When I said something about him jumping up and down on the bed, the way Terry got him to stop, instead of, I would have swatted him, but not Terry, not with the, he really cared and knew that he'd been gone out of his life and he wanted to be back in his life. I really think he was just a very small baby when he went to prison.
And based on your observations and your interactions with Terry and Tanner, do you feel that Terry was trying to turn his life around to take care of his son?
Yes, I do.
Was he able to do that?
No, he wasn't.
Okay. Do you have a moment, Your Honor?
Yes, ma'am.
I have nothing further, Your Honor.
Cross-examination.
No questions, Your Honor.
May this witness be excused subject to any potential recall.
No objections?
No objections, Your Honor.
Thank you, ma'am.